Hello, everyone. My name is Ali Plucinski, and I am one of RANE's cyber analysts here today doing our quick take videos. I'm here to discuss the current U.S. Venezuelan tensions and how the cyber threat landscape may fit into this ongoing fluid situation. For any of our listeners that may not be aware, the United States and Venezuela are in a pretty tense diplomatic situation right now, one that actually precedes this current administration and actually dates all the way back to President Trump's first administration. Amid current escalating tensions that have been marked most recently by, President Trump most recently floating the potential for a blockade against the country, there have been a lot of questions about how this relationship may deteriorate further and even potentially lead to kinetic action. During President Trump's first administration, he went as far as to authorize the CIA to carry out a cyber attack against Venezuela's military payroll system and targeting the satellite communications of a military group that was supporting Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro's administration at the time. And most recently, a few days ago, we had a Venezuelan company accusing the United States of conducting a cyber attack that disrupted its oil export activities. And while this hasn't been verified or validated by Western cybersecurity researchers, it has raised the specter question of what could happen again this time around. During President Trump's first administration, some officials even floated the idea of the United States carrying out a disruptive cyber attack against a hydroelectric water dam. And the United States is known to possess highly, highly sophisticated cyber capabilities, even if on the average day our listeners don't necessarily hear about it. Of course, Venezuela, for its part, doesn't have or is known to have strong cyber capabilities, but Venezuela does have alliances and close relationships with adversaries of the United States that do possess sophisticated cyber toolkits and groups, such as Russia. And so, another facet of this relationship has been whether or not we could see either supporters of Venezuela, like Russia or China, potentially offer support through the cyber domain, whether it's by carrying out attacks against U.S. targets on behalf of Venezuela or offering cyber criminal toolkits or hacktivist fronts. But of course, those countries also have to consider their own risk tolerances and willingness to become embroiled in a foreign conflict. But this is nevertheless another aspect of the relationship that we're keeping track of. And I think that the final important characteristic of the cyber domain that's important to this current bilateral relationship is the hacktivist landscape. Over the last few years, we've seen the non-state cyber domain become increasingly independent and active, whether it's to push back against a government or other political or military situation. It's been prevalent in Russia and Ukraine, but it's also been a part of Venezuela's history with hacktivist groups emerging to target government entities to protest the Maduro administration. So all across the board, it's a very fluid situation that we're monitoring closely, and we'll see how it evolves further.